disabled Wairarapa man and his family appear likely to end up homeless in just over a week's time because despite searching for a house anywhere in the North Island, they've been unable to find one that meets their needs. Sam and Del Bennett and their 24-year-old son have to move out of their home during Easter weekend as their landlord wants it back for his own use. The family has been searching for a new home for 3 months now, both privately and with the help of the Ministry of Social Development and their local social housing provider. But they have yet to find one that is available and wheelchair accessible. Reporter Charlie Drever and cameraman Richard Tinderland drove out to Tauhereniko, which is just east of Featherston in the southern Wairarapa, to pay them a visit.
Del Bennett was up till 3 a.m. this morning, her heart and mind racing out of fear of what's ahead. Mainly fear of the unknown, because she has no idea where her family will be in just over a week's time. She spends her days frantically packing up their belongings into boxes, caring for her husband Sam and searching for a new house, anywhere in the North Island. But she's not having any luck.
It's very frustrating. The few that are there that we've been to viewings, there's some of them are 10 minutes and I call them the cattle calls. You could have 20 families all fighting to get into view one home. One we went to at Pahiatua, there was just people from everywhere, Tauranga, Waikato, Gisborne, all over the country trying to find an affordable home.
It's a tough housing market, but it's even tougher when you have specific needs and a beneficiary's income. Del and her son are full-time carers for Sam, who is legally blind and in a wheelchair, due to complications from his diabetes. She's been looking at properties, but none have been suitable.
Because Sam's in a chair, we need something that has wider doorways and sort of that we can make accessible. We have a portable ramp that we can get up a couple of steps. And we can work around most things. One of the houses we looked at, the only way that we could actually get him in was he'd have to live in the garage. It did actually have a toilet and a shower in the garage, but you know, a cup of tea or food would all have to be delivered down the stairs to the little troll in the basement.
The couple have had to give up 2 of their dogs to increase their chances of finding a rental, and while they're hoping to keep their long-haired Chihuahua Bentley, they accept they might have to find him a new home in order for them to find their new home. Sam Bennett say their story is tough, but it's just one of many.
I don't go to all the viewings because I just can't, because my health, I just can't, I just feel...
It doesn't travel very well for a start.
Don't travel very well, no. But we've talked to people that are there, and we've heard their stories too, and they're just as tragic as ours.
But people who say, you know, what's your end date, because we don't have to be out quite yet, so we won't apply for this one, so you've got more of a chance.
That's the kind of people that you do meet. They're absolutely awesome people.
The family has been on the Ministry of Social Development housing register since the end of January, and Wairarapa's sole social housing provider, Trust House, has also been working with them. Its CEO Alan Pollard says their problem is there are just not enough houses.
Especially over the last 2 years, we've never seen demand like we currently have. For example, 4 or 5 years ago, our occupancy at Trust House was around 93%, and today it's in excess of 99%. We only have 2 vacancies. In both of those houses, we have tenants waiting to tenant the properties, and we have another 50 families waiting who have applications for houses when they become available.
Trust House has appealed to MSD to partner with it to deliver more social housing places in the Wairarapa. A spokesperson for MSD says they're considering the request and are committed to working collaboratively with it. In the meantime, it has offered the family one house, which wasn't wheelchair accessible, and has invited them to view another property next week. But even if it is suitable, it's likely to need modifications, which will first have to be approved, that might take 3 months to complete. Meanwhile, Del is left wondering how it's gotten to this.
We're not the stereotype homeless, drunk wino lurking in a park. It's us, families who are working with kids who are sleeping in cars. It's what happened to our country.
Concerned all motels might be booked out over Easter weekend, Del has booked her and her son into a cabin with bunk beds and Sam into a rest home. It's a temporary fix and one she's hoping MSD will reimburse her for. A spokesperson for MSD said it will meet with the family on the 3rd of April, where they will learn where they will be staying that night. It seems likely they'll end up in emergency housing in a motel, but it's not clear where or for how long. For Checkpoint, I'm Charlie Drever.